and grab your water. You do not have to braid your hair on the fly. I'm just going to do that to get it out of my way so that I don't get too hot. But we said at the beginning of this chat, so at the beginning of this chat, we did discuss the fact that we are exactly a week away. Yeah! Which one was it, Carol Lou? So Carol Lou took a sign language class today and then wanted to know if anybody knew one of the words, and she did because of us. And I've just done the worst job braiding my hair. Oh my goodness. Okay, so quickly, we will get this done quickly. Okay, so we just discussed at the beginning of this is chat number 268. We just discussed the fact that next week is Easter and we need to be making some plans. And I thought, you know, I can be okay with the food. So we are going to go over to Casey and Alan's and see the girls. And if you are brand new with us, no, I don't stand here and braid my hair every week. So if you're new, not a big deal. Just trying to get it out of my way. And still, worst braiding job ever. Okay, I've just missed half my hair. Anyway, just trying to get it out of the way while we make this because I do not want hair in my food. So if you're new, Casey and Alan are our daughter and son-in-law. And we are going to go over, so I made an impromptu decision this morning that we are going to go over to their house for Easter and play with the girls. So I can be, oh, thank you, Sandra. What do I even have on today? Oh, thank you. Yeah, somebody here at one of the girls at Casey Kitchen Center, one of our crafters here made those for me. But anyway, so I made an impromptu decision to go play with the girls next week for Easter. And I can be okay with the food. Like Casey will not, she won't ask me to make anything that's going to be like off the rails. My problem, I decided as soon as I had made the decision that we were going to go over there to spend Easter with the girls, is that I'm going to want something sweet. So I am 100% completely fine with, we don't have to have anything fancy. It doesn't have to be like a big fancy Easter dinner like we used to have. I had one grandmother that you had to have a sit down, like, you know, it wasn't really a 3-course meal, but you would need a nap by the time you were done. We're not doing that, so we're not going to go that far, but I knew I would want something sweet. So we are going to make Easter bunny salad. So who has had Easter bunny salad? I'm guessing all of you are going to say none of us. But who has had Easter bunny salad before? You're all going to say no, so I'm not even going to make you do it. Okay, so we're going to make, I know, it's not a real thing, Cynthia. It's not real. So now, who has had strawberry pretzel, what do you even call it? Strawberry pretzel, Jello, whatever. Who has had that, where it's got the pretzels and the strawberries and the Jello and the cream cheese and all of that? Who has had that before? What is that even called? Strawberry pretzel salad or something. So I know lots of y'all have had that. Yeah, Marianne has had that. Yeah, so we're going to lighten that up just a little bit. That is a fan favorite. We're going to lighten it up a little bit. And, yeah, and Debbie loves it. Yep, Sandy, Mary. So we're going to lighten it up a little bit so that I can add some Easter treats to it. Okay, so we're going to make a lightened up strawberry pretzel salad. We're going to do it in jars because you all know how much I love doing things in jars. Plus, I think it'll be cute for, when I say the girls, okay, Bo is like super, let's see, she's 6.5 months old now. She is like super scarily interested in people food. Like, I think she's going to be snatching food out of our hands before long. But, you know, honestly, I'm making this for me and Alyssa. Okay, let's just be honest. Everything I do in life is for me and Alyssa. I love Casey, and Casey, I love you. But you know, everything I do right now is for your firstborn. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna do that for us. We're gonna do it for us to enjoy for Easter. You don't have to make this for Easter, but I'm lightening it up so that I can add a couple of things to make it even more fun for Alyssa. Oh, and Casey and her mom. Okay. So to start, we're gonna have to put something in the air fryer. You do not have to put this part of this. You do not have to put in the air fryer, but that oven, that doesn't work. So, and our landlord is too cheap to fix it. So that's one thing. I'm not the landlord here. I'm the boss here, but I'm not the landlord here. So we're going to take we have to start with pretzels. So I'm going to take the Snyder's of Hanover. You do not have to use this brand, but I'm going to do she is my Buddy Mary. She's real like this. But the Snyder's of Hanover, I'm going to use the old time pretzels. So these are like the big, regular pretzels. The reason I'm going to use these, I just like a chunkier pretzel in my pretzel salad. You can use the pretzel rods, or you can use little pretzels, but I like them. And yes, Carol, peanuts do rule because Carol's got a peanut too. But I'm going to use those, and this is about 3 of them. So I'm going to use, and yes, Debbie said the air fryers behind me work very well. Yes, they do. So I'm going to use those. You do not have to use an air fryer though. I just wanted to say that out loud. You can totally do this in the oven. This is going to be a little bit different. You're not going to smother it in butter and put it in a pan if you've ever made it before. Okay, so we've got approximately 3 of those. Of the old time pretzels, and we will be posting this recipe in a day or two on. I'll try to do it so that Jessica can get it posted tomorrow. So y'all have got plenty of time if you want to try and make it before Easter. And I apologize for the noise. The best way to get any of the pretzels to the consistency that you need them to be is just to go ahead and put them in a Ziploc bag, some kind of a zippered bag. And then just hit them with something. Doesn't have to be super heavy because pretzels crush pretty easily. And we don't want it to be pretzel dust, but you want it to be, pretty beat up. Okay. So it's about this consistency. So again, you don't want it to be complete pretzel dust, but you want it to be, pretty consistent. Okay, and then since I am using an air fryer, I'm going to put them in a pan that is safe for the air fryer. If you're going to do this in the oven, you can just put them on a cookie sheet or something. So I'm just going to pour the pretzel crumbs into this pan. This is an air fryer safe pan. It does not have to be a special pan, but it's just safe for the air fryer. And you're going to end up with probably about 1/2 cup. So all said and done, it's going to be about 1/2 cup. Or if you want to do it by the points, it's about 3 points worth of pretzels. And this is going to make, I'm going to make 4 of these. You could put them in smaller jars and make the stretch to 6, but I'm going to make 4 of these. Then to lighten it up, I'm going to use just some, I can't believe it's not butter spray. And there has to be some limit. There has to be some limit as to how many sprays you can do before it's a point, but I haven't found it yet. Okay, I mean, I've cranked up the recipe builder and the WW app. I've cranked it up to I don't know, 50 or 60 or something sprays, and so far have not made it kick over to a point yet. Okay, so I can't believe it's not butter spray. And then I'm going to put this in the air fryer. If you put this in the oven, do it on about 350 for, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. We're not trying to recook them. You're just trying to let the buttery flavor, kind of soak in. So I'm going to put these in the air fryer because the air fryer cooks it a lot faster. I'm going to put it on 280. So instead of 350 in the oven, I'm going to put this on about 280 in the air fryer. And this will be in the recipe when Jessica posts it. And it'll be on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So I'm using a Simple Living Products air fryer. And I don't know if you could see me or not, but I scooped. It's been a long time since I've said scoop instead of slamming it in. And on the Simple Living products, on the version I have, you just press the middle button, press the temperature gauge. I'm going to take it down to 280, and I'm going to put it on there for 8 minutes, and we're going to come back and check it. Okay, so who has made this before? Who's made this before the traditional way? I saw some hands earlier, so who has made it the traditional way? Because that involves a lot of butter. Oh, and Debbie said 23 pumps is 1 point. I don't know. I'm willing to go look it up, but okay, so Marion has made it the traditional way. So that involves a lot of butter. It involves a lot of sugar. Debbie has too. It involves full fat cream cheese. This is not going to have any of this. But since I'm making it in a jar, and again, you do not have to make it in a jar, but jars just make such a stinking cute presentation that I love to put them in that. This is a wide mouth jar. So Oh, it is. Okay, Debbie just checked. So 23 pumps is 1 point. So this is going to go, I probably did 50. And this is, I don't know, maybe not, probably did 30. And this is going to go over, this is going to go, ooh, Scott said he's bought him in a green chair. Good job, Scott. So this is going to go on, like over 4 of these. And again, you can put these in smaller jars. You could put them in those little tiny jars. And yes, Carol Lou, I did make my yogurt cream cheese. I did. You know I did. But I'm going to make 4 of these larger ones. But you can put them, so that'd be divided in 4. Or if you use the smaller mason jars, then like the little jelly jars, then you can get at least 6 if you do those. But I'm thinking this is going to be stinking good, and then I'm going to want a lot of it. So I'm only going to make 4. So these are a wide mouth jar. This has, yeah, it's just a wide mouth jar. Oh, let's see. And Debbie says it doesn't go. Okay, so if you have an egg, yeah, that's me. If you do I can't believe it's not butter. It doesn't go to 2 points until you get to 69 pumps. Maybe that was what I saw that day. But again, we'll put this recipe on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com here in the next few days. So you do not have to do this. You don't have to do the pretzels in the air fryer. You don't have to use full fat butter. You do not have to use full fat cream cheese. Carol Lou alluded to what I'm going to tell you here in just a second. But one caution, if you're going to do this in the jar, if you're going to make these in jars, you need to put the wettest ingredients on the bottom, okay? Because everything's going to migrate that way. So I don't know if y'all have made any of my jar salads. They're on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Orlando, Debbie, and I went to the Polite Pig a couple of weeks ago. It's been a couple of weeks ago already. And I put a copycat recipe on there. You always put the wettest ingredients on the bottom, because if not, then everything's going to be wet by the time you eat it. Okay, so wettest ingredient to go in this, and I cannot believe it's already almost 15 till. Okay, so the wettest ingredient that is going to go in this jar for our Easter Bunny salad, aka strawberry pretzel jar salad, is strawberry Jello. So you want to take, and I need you to pay attention, and we will put this in the instructions on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, but I need you to pay attention. If you are just going by what I'm saying and not reading the instructions, you do not make your Jello according to the package directions, okay? Don't. So everybody, pinky promise me right now that you're paying attention, because this is going to be a sloppy mess if you go by the package directions. So this is a 6-ounce package of sugar-free strawberry Jello. I actually have started following another gelatin company on Instagram, and I'm dying to try their product. I have not tried it yet, but so for now, we're still going to use the Jello brand gelatin. This is a 6-ounce box, and you're going to use the whole box, and you're going to use my instructions, not the box instructions, okay? And I do the sugar-free. So you're going to take that 6 ounces, and you're going to put it in, a decent, it doesn't have to be a huge bowl, but you're going to put it in a decent sized bowl, and you are going to add 2 cups of boiling water, and that's it. Do not follow, because this is going to have you, if you did it this way, that would be 4 cups. You're going to do 2 cups of boiling water, no cold water, okay? And you're going to stir until it's all good and dissolved. Then you're going to put that in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. So you do not want your Jello to start setting up before this next step, but you do want it to be cooled off enough that it does not cook the next step. So after that, then you could use frozen, but I used fresh strawberries, and I can tell you the smell is fantastic, because I wanted fresh strawberries, because the grandmother who made Easter a very formal thing, she always, even though she cooked and hand prepared and raised her own cattle and everything and raised her own vegetables, she still every year for Easter she bought those little cakes that have the little hollowed out middle, whatever those things are called, and fresh strawberries and Cool Whip. She did that every year. So I wanted strawberries just to, because we weren't going to be doing the whole big sit down thing. So after you've let it chill, so 2 cups of boiling water, no cold water, only 2 cups of boiling water. And again, you got to pinky promise me you're going to do that. Put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. take it out. You're just trying to get it cooled down just to room temperature, just to get it not boiling so you don't cook your strawberries. Then cut up. I put in close to a pound of strawberries, and they were just fresh strawberries, and I cut them up and put them in there. When you put them in there, just push them down in your Jello mix, just to make sure that they're all covered. Then you're going to put all that back in the refrigerator for at least a couple of hours. I put it in there for 3 hours. You can do it overnight. That's totally fine. And then you're going to take a decent sized fork. It works better if you've got a decent sized fork, and you're just going to start pulling the Jello and strawberry mixture away, whatever kind of container you use. You're just going to start pulling it away, and then you're going to kind of shred it, even though you're not shredding Jello, but you're trying to make little chunks like this. So that's what you're going to do with the Jello. Then we're going to transfer that. Oops, let me check the pretzels real quick. Yeah, I think in the air fryer that's going to be pretty good. And then we're going to have to let those cool off. But, okay. So then you're going to put, this is the wettest ingredient, and so you're going to put this, an equal amount of this, in the bottom of your jars. And so if you're doing this size jar, you're going to put an equal amount in 4 jars. If you're doing the little tiny jars, the little jelly size jars, you're going to put an equal amount in there. Oops. So I hope y'all can see this. It's just chunked up. It is just chunked up strawberry Jello. Strawberries in strawberry Jello. And so far this has pretty much cooked itself because, I boiled 2 cups of water, mix it in some Jello, let it cool. So this was all making itself while I was doing other things to get ready for the chat. Okay, so I won't bore you all with dividing it equally into the 4, but just suffice to say, it's going to end up in 4 jars. So again, wettest ingredient on the bottom. And if you don't like strawberries, weirdo. Okay, if you don't like strawberries, that is totally fine. You can do a different flavor. You could do, the lime and pears like we talked about a couple of weeks ago. You could do some other fruit and some other kind of Jello. That is totally fine. Okay, so that's the wettest ingredient on the bottom. I am going to go ahead and get out the pretzels, just because they need to cool off for a little bit. So the pretzels need to cool off so that they do not cook what we're putting in here. And we only have about 12 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get those out. And remember, don't ever, 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 ever pick up anything out of your air fryer with your bare hands, okay? Because it is going to be the temperature that you had your air fryer on. Okay. And the nice thing about a Simple Living Products air fryer, I do not have to go through and do anything to turn that off. If I had put that on, it's just going to eventually, it just won't have the time on there anymore. And if I had put in the correct amount of time to start with, then it would be cooling itself off and not burning the pretzels. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're basically going to make my cheesecake fruit dip recipe, which is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But instead of extra non-fat plain Greek yogurt, you're going to use either sugar-free Cool Whip, fat-free Cool Whip, or I used, what is that stuff called? Oh my goodness, I know what it's called. Hold on. That's going to drive me crazy. True Whip. I used Skinny True Whip instead. All I could think of was Trulia, and that's a real estate website. That had nothing to do with anything we're talking about. So I used Skinny True Whip. So you can use, again, you're going to basically use my cheesecake fruit dip recipe. First thing you're going to do is make my fat-free cream cheese. And Carol Lou already alluded to that just a second ago. So you're going to make a batch if you can't find fat-free cream cheese, or if you would just like to make your own because it's so much cheaper and it's so stinking easy. You're going to go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and make my fat-free cheesecake or fat-free cream cheese recipe. And then you're going to go find the cheesecake fruit dip, and Jessica will have all of this linked together. And instead of the 1 cup of instead of the 1 cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt in the cheesecake recipe, you're going to substitute a cup of either skinny True Whip, sugar-free Cool Whip, or fat-free Cool Whip, whatever your choice is. Okay, and then this is a pastry bag. Man, I gotta talk fast. Okay, this is a pastry bag, and I just turned it partially inside out, and I've just put it in a, a clean jar just to make it, just to hold it up. So once you do the cheesecake, fruit dip and do it with the, whatever your choice of Cool Whip that you're going to put in there, I'll just warn you again, we've talked about this before, do not overbeat it, because if you do, it's going to be stiff and you're not going to be able to put it in here. Okay. We do not have enough time for me to fill this whole thing up, but it's easier. You can totally do this with just a spoon and put it in. And see, I get to lick my fingers because I'm here alone. Well, Dusty, but okay, because we don't have time to fill all of these up. But we're going to do, here is one of these. And I tell you what, I'm going to set it on top of I'm going to set it on top of the skinny True Whip container so that you can see what I am doing. But you're going to, I think it's easier in a pastry bag because you're just going to put it in there, squeeze it all down, and then you're just going to squeeze it into your jar. So remember, we're just making enough to do, approximately 4 of these. And this does not have to be perfect. Your piping skills are not going to be put into question. But we're going to do enough of this to do 4 of these. So you've got the wettest ingredient on the bottom. Oh, I lost connection for just a second. So you've got the wettest ingredient on the bottom, which is the strawberry Jello. Then you have it's basically the cheesecake fruit dip recipe, and you're going to put that on. You're going to put that on the top. And again, your piping skills don't have to be perfect. So you're going to put that on there next. Uh-oh. Okay, so hopefully we are still there, because I am showing that we are still there. That's really, really strange, because I'm showing that we are still on, and like y'all can see me. Okay, so I'm gonna keep talking. Hopefully you all can still see me. That's weird, because it says I am not connected to the Mevo. Okay, anyway, so we're going to do that next. Then, so remember, it's the wettest ingredients next. So we are going to do strawberry Jello. Then we're going to do the cheesecake fruit dip that has the some kind of Cool Whip or something in it instead. Then we're going to do, and since we're running out of time, and since the Mevo's acting weird, then I'm just going to sprinkle this on here. Then we're going to do, remember, equal amounts. So then we're going to do the pretzels that we just did. And then this is just unsweetened. This is unsweetened flake coconut. And I added a little bit of green food coloring to it. And this is the part, this is why I said we have to really lighten this up, because I'm getting ready to add a couple of things to it that would be, a little bit higher in points. But this is unsweetened flake coconut. And I added some green food coloring to it, because remember, this is the Easter Bunny. This is the Easter Bunny salad. I'm going to put that on there. And then the piece de resistance, not really, but just to make it fun for Alyssa, these are jelly bean eggs. So these are just, I don't remember what kind they are, but look at the little speckles that are on them. I thought they were so cute. But I'm only going to put 3, because 3 of these little jelly beans is 1 point. So I'm only going to put 3 on there. If you want to put more on there, you are more than welcome to. But there you have it. There is your Easter Bunny salad. So yummy, and I wish I could show you all the top of it. I'll take a picture of the top of it for you later so that y'all can see that. But how cute is that? And obviously me, Alyssa, Casey, because I'll let her try one, we will be letting you all know how these are. But yeah, so sorry that I'm kind of acting weird because the Mevo's messed up. I do not know how you all are still on here with me because it says that we're not doing this. It's so weird. Technology is so weird. Anyway, absolutely yummy. Here, I'll take a little bite of one just so that y'all can see how yummy it is. And if you don't like coconut, you don't have to do the coconut. I just thought that would be fun for Easter. Ooh, and I accidentally got an Easter egg. So here's what it looks like. The strawberries in the strawberry Jello with the cheesecake fruit dip, except I have substituted out, I've substituted the Cool Whip for the non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Oh, and I just lost my Easter egg. Hold on. I just lost my little jelly bean. A little bit of flaked coconut with some green food coloring. And I'm going to say, Pam, you need to eat them pretty quick. So, like, I will not be finishing these except for pictures, and I will make fresh ones, actually, for Easter. But let's try it. Oh, and the pretzels. Don't forget the pretzels. It's going to be noisy. So cute. So yummy. Yep. Alyssa, me, Casey, we're going to love these. Okay. So there you have it. There's your Easter egg. There's your Easter bunny salad. And Carol Lou, it's going to depend. So it's going to depend on whether or not you have non-fat plain Greek yogurt as a 0-point food. But the pretzels that we're putting on there, that's about 1 point. If you put 3 of the jelly beans on there, that is 1 point. If you do want to put the coconut on there, that's about 1 point. The strawberries and the Jello are going to be 0 for everybody unless you put that you are diabetic or that you're pre-diabetic when you took your evaluation. And then the cheesecake fruit dip is going to depend on if non-fat plain Greek yogurt is on your 0 points list. So it's going to be anywhere from, like 1 to 2 points to maybe 3 or 4, depending on what you put for that. But anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed that. I can't wait to share these pictures with you, and I cannot wait to share this with Alyssa and Casey on Easter. Remember, we will not be having a chat next week. Sorry, not a live chat, so I'll try to do something else for you. And remember, if you wanted to volunteer for one of the spots that you have no idea what you're doing, just send me a direct message. Just go ahead and DM me, or you can email me at ifyouhaveanegg@gmail.com. But I hope everyone had a great time tonight. I had fun making these. Can't wait to let Alyssa try. Oh, and Casey. Sorry, and Casey try these. But you all have a great evening. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and let the next YouTube video roll over. I promise you will like it. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you haven't, why not? But anyway, you all have a fantastic Easter. If you celebrate Easter, I hope you have a blessed week. If you don't, I still hope you do. But y'all have a great week, and we will not see you live next week, but I'll try to do something else special. Otherwise, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Everybody have a good evening. Bye.